Hello, good evening everybody. It is Sunday night once again, at least it is here in Germany. It's Sunday night and it's 10:15 at night, and oh my goodness, what a busy day it was indeed. Vanessa and I were out all day today. We were driving, I don't know, I think we drove about 200 kilometers around the countryside today doing different things. So, exciting times. Good evening and cheers. Sorry for posting the link to the video late. I actually thought I'd done everything for the whole weekend, and when we arrived home at about 9 p.m, an hour ago basically, Vanessa said, "Have you got everything ready for tonight?" And my brain suddenly went, oh no. So, sorry for getting the late link, but you're there, and that's the most important thing. So thank you very much for joining us. It's Sunday night, and it's slightly quieter stuff tonight. At least that's the plan. I always sort of plan to do Friday night exciting stuff, Sunday night calm and introspective stuff. It never works like that. It's always Friday night wah and Sunday night wah as well. So yeah, so we're going to have a wah night again. However, I did, when I put the link up, ask you if you had some requests, and our friend Philip said, I would like Abbott's Lee. So Philip, that was Abbott's Lee for you. Various verses of it and a couple of little things in between. So we have a couple of requests here, and we're going to start with those because they're lovely requests. And I think actually this one is probably in here as well. On Friday night I had the Scottish hymn booker, or was it last night? I can't remember now. Last night we had our private members only tuba concert. There it is, it's in here as well. And it's up the back here. And we were doing all sorts of fun things last night. We had a great fun time. So if that's something you're interested in, then, you know, get in touch, let us know. Once a month we do sort of extras for the people who support us on a regular basis. You can join us via Patreon and check that out. It's called Tuba membership. I think $50 a month. Sounds like a lot, but the idea is it's so that we can have a stable sort of financial basis to continue doing these concerts and things like that. That's the whole plan, and as an extra thank you to those people who do give regularly and generously like that. It doesn't have to be via Patreon, it's just easier that way. If you do something similar via PayPal, you also get invited. So that's the way that works. Very clever. And this is an extra to say thank you to those people who are helping us out and keeping us going. So you're all wonderful and we all love you, so thank you very much indeed. However, don't worry about it. Some people can't or don't want to, or can't afford to give us anything at all, and that's absolutely fine. Just being here and giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. We're going for the 50,000 subscriber mark at the moment. We're at 48,200 and something as we speak just now, and we're trying to get 50,000 as soon as possible. We've got a festival coming up again at the end of the month. From the 30th of September to the 5th of October, we're doing another organ festival. And I'll be telling you more about that very soon in other videos, and we'll be putting up a flyer to tell you all about it as well. And I'm hoping by the end of the festival we've got the 50,000 full, because I'm doing some exciting music for the final concert of the festival. So check that one out. Right, back to the music and back to the requests. I'm using the organ in Goch this evening. Goch sounds like some sort of Klingon throat sickness, but it's a city up in the north of Germany. And it's got a very lovely organ in it, and this is it. And this organ was sampled by Piotr Grabowski for Hauptwerk. And it's absolutely delicious, it's wonderful. It's got a big French sound to it, but you can make it sound international as well. Our friend Jez requested this because it was played at a funeral earlier today. Sorry to hear about a funeral. Funerals are never very nice experiences. I've just noticed, by the way, in this set of registrations here, I've got the Voix Celeste all the time on, and that's wrong. It should only be on with the strings, and for some reason it stays on all the way until the decrescendo starts. Well, that's pointless, isn't it? Anyway, I must change that, but I will try to be spontaneous and switch it off as I can. The joys of having a touch screen, haha. Anyway, thanks to you, I was able to get a touch screen. Yes, so Jez M requested this, played at a funeral, a very typical hymn you might hear at a funeral, I might sing or play at a funeral, but it's also a very good evening hymn. And because it is late at night here in this part of the world, and if you're further east from us, it's obviously even later. It's probably actually early Monday morning. But for those of you over in the West, it's not late yet. But as we get towards evening, this would be a very popular hymn. It's from a chap called Clement Cotterill Schoolfield, which is a wonderful name. And the hymn is simply entitled Saint Clement, at least the melody is. And you recognize it as The Day Thou Gavest, Lord, is Ended. A lovely, lovely melody. In international melody. Now, it's even in the German hymn book. So, bet you didn't know that. Ha ha. Good old Anglican church music. There's nothing like it. It's absolutely wonderful. It's one of the things I miss the most about the UK, believe it or not. Apart from things like, you know, family, decent Indian food, decent Chinese food, Mr. Kipling jam tarts, Cadbury's chocolate, yeah, that kind of stuff here. But yeah, proper Anglican music is one of the things I miss the most because it's just, there's nothing like it in the world. However, there are, of course, some rather beautiful German church melodies, hymns, for example. And this one here was requested by... Who was this requested by? Wolf Gero Walter. What a wonderful name. That's a wonderful German name. Wolf. I love it. It could be a Wolfgang, but it's just a Wolf. Wonderful. What a wonderful name. Yes. And he requested this magnificent old German hymn, and it is an absolutely wonderful German hymn. Let's see if I've got a better selection of registrations here. What could I do with this? Actually, that might just work. I have different, let me see, this is a different kind of crescendo. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yeah, baby, that looks good. That's the last one, I'm guessing. So what the hell is that? Where does that come from? Don't need that, so let's stop that like that. Quickly save that so that I don't miss it next time. Right. Okay. Number 424 in the German, well, the German Catholic Church hymn book. Wer nun den lieben Gott lässt walten. A wonderful, wonderful old number. Attributed to Johann Sebastian Bach, but it's actually probably by Johann Neumark, who is somebody else. Wer nur den lieben Gott lässt walten. A wonderful, wonderful old piece of music from an old Bach chorale turned into a more metrical number for the hymn book. It's great fun. You can do lots of things with it. And actually, I don't know if you noticed, maybe some of the geeks amongst you might have noticed. In the middle there, while I was doing my sort of improvisation stuff, I started at it. It's a composer I don't particularly like myself, but I added a little bit of the style of Max Reger in the middle there with some big, nasty, crashy chords. And I just noticed that this organ can, if you get the right registration, sound quite German. Interesting, isn't it? It's interesting because it's built in a French style in a German church by a German organ builder. And then sampled for Hauptwerk by a Polish guy and played here by a Scottish guy in a German home. So there you are, work that out. It's international. Music is international. And anyone who says otherwise just needs a slap about the chops. So, cheers. Wolf, das war für dich. Ich hoffe, das war okay. Und ich hoffe, das hat geklappt. Sehr schön. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I see many people here being thanked for buying tickets. Thank you for buying tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Great fun indeed. Daniel Heinrich. Doch, alles ist geschickt. Hast du schon geantwortet? Ah, sehr gut, okay. Alles wurde schon längst geschickt worden, aber einige Leute haben tatsächlich noch nichts bekommen, was sehr komisch und sehr skurril ist. Aber wir wissen nicht, was da los war, aber diese Woche nehmen wir das wieder in Angriff und alles wird neu rausgeschickt. Es scheint, dass viele Leute in Deutschland nichts bekommen haben und in anderen Teilen der Welt, obwohl es ewig gedauert hat, hat es geklappt. Also, naja, das wissen wir gar nicht, warum sowas passieren kann. Es ist leider so. Sorry, a quick reminder about the CDs and the music books that are flying around the world somewhere. We're getting on top of it this week and sorting it out finally. So if you've still been waiting for a CD or a music book of the new CD project, then this coming week it's being sorted out finally and 100%, and that is a promise on the life of Vanessa's hair. Ooh, Oscar Peterson. Oh, we love that. That's for John. Right, we'll do that in a moment. Perfect, lovely. That's good. John, Oscar Peterson is always good. I was bitten by a mosquito this afternoon on the side of my neck. A vampire mosquito, obviously, and it's itchy as hell. Okay. Where I play the organ, in a little village just a couple of kilometers north of here, we have Saturday evening services. We don't have Sunday services. Saturday evening services. And last night we closed with a hymn that doesn't get played very often. And I don't know why. It's a lovely hymn. It's an old German melody. It's one of the old melodies for Maria. So yes, Joseph and Mary. So it's an old Maria hymn. And it's an Ave Maria melody. And it's so absolutely wonderful. And it's not designed to be played sort of gently and softly. There are a couple of sort of Maria hymns in the hymn book that they're just over the top, and you can go crazy with them in the harmonies. And while I was playing this one last night, we did all 4 verses of it last night, and I noticed that you could almost turn it into the German national anthem. See if you can hear what I mean. Isn't that wonderful? It's so simple. The melody doesn't do anything. And that's it. But that middle bit, it just sounds like a national anthem, isn't it? Nobody would normally play it like that, of course. This is the kind of stuff I do at church. I go a bit overboard when it comes to harmonies and things like that. Normally, a normal organist would probably actually have it in a different key at that point. They would probably... and have a movement in the harmony as well. I do not do that. You have to have music, you have to have held notes like this. With the melody has to sort of resolve into the harmony. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? These are the kinds of things that need to be happening. Daniel Heinrich said you could fit that into an English hymn. I wonder, you probably could actually. So yeah, it's a good one that. It's a good one that. While we're on the subject of magnificently over-the-top German hymns, let me play you. A lot of people ask me, what's my favourite hymn? Well, let me play my favourite. It's not Vanessa's favourite hymn, it's my favourite hymn. Okay. Vanessa's favourite hymn is number 855. Isn't it? Yeah. And my one is number 880. Now this is in the Limburg version of the hymn book. Every diocese in the German-speaking part of the world has its own different section at the back of the hymn book. So from number 700 on, they're all different. So in our one, this is number 880, and I need to get better registrations for this. I don't like these. These registrations are too they're too dark and mysterious. They're too Elgar and not enough Gartshore. So I don't know why. That looks slightly better. Let's get rid of that stupid Celeste. Right. That's more like it. Now, this is my favorite hymn. And again, it's one of the Maria hymns. But you can, again, go bonkers with the harmony. You can turn it into sort of like Mendelssohn and Wagner sort of having some weird kind of affair. I'll play one verse of it normal. I say normal. It's difficult to do that. And then I'll play my harmonies, okay? Let's go for this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I was never given a cathedral position, because that's why I would play like that all the time. And if people don't sing as loudly as I play, then, well, tough, basically. Obviously, I wouldn't normally play it as, what's this? That's the back page of something. No, that's not what he meant. He meant the last page of music, not the last page. Perfect. This. Oh, sorry. I have to explain this. I have to explain. Jerry, I've got to admit, I love you even more now. Jerry, last night in our private concert, I played a piece of music for my good friend Jerry Martin, or for everybody's good friend Jerry Martin, and it's an Irish hymn, And Jerry wrote to me afterwards and said, "Oh, I will send you another piece of music by Stanford, and all you need to do is play the last page." And Jerry sent the whole piece of music, so that's fine. So Vanessa printed out the last page, but the last page is not the last page of... Is not the last page of the music. She printed out the last page of the book, where the publishers Steiner and Bell give us some examples of upcoming publications, which is rather interesting. So yes, so now you have to print off the second last page of the file, the last page of the actual music. Let's wait until you do that. Yeah. This is Vanessa taking things very literally. Yeah. Very literally. Right. Show me before you do this. Right. Show me before.
That's dann die letzte Seite.
Right. That's rubbish as far as I can tell. Yeah. Is that right? Okay. Now show me that before you print it. Show me the whole page first, just to make sure.
Das ist die Seite.
There's an upbeat to it. Good job. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's the page. So we want page 34.
Das Management wird gleich ungehalten.
Apparently I'm going to be in trouble with the management later this evening. That's fun, because that means... Because that means... Great fun. I see. Ooh.
Ja, genau, Ursa Mario. Ja.
So in your book, the last page is the last page. That's a good point. The last page is the last page, but the last page of music is not the last page of music. So there you are. Lost in translation is, I think, what we will put that down to. That's really fun. Right, give me that last page, please, Mrs. G, and I will play this piece for our good friend Jerry Martin.
Letzte Seite ist für mich letzte Seite.
Yes, we gathered that now. Yes, all right. That's it. Yes, we gathered that. Tip for Jerry: if you are ordering anything in a German society ever, expect it to be taken literally. Last night I played. Oh, can I even find it here? I have to tell everyone what we did last night. Oh God, what number is it? Can anyone remember the number? 200 and... Oh yeah, Vanessa? 224. Kannst du das mal aufschreiben, bitte?
224.
What are the words to this? It's not Christmas. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm talking to myself. I'm singing to myself. That's really worrying, isn't it? That's what we're looking for. Per. There it is. Per. Is it 143? Yes, but we have to have the background to it as well. No, yes, there it is. There it is. Right. Last night during our private gig, I played this. Let me whack that down a bit. Let's have that. That looks good. St. Patrick's breastplate. Everybody knows that. And I played the version found in the old Scottish hymnal, which is pretty crazy as it is. And my good friend Jerry, He plays the organ sonata, the Sonata Celtica, if I remember rightly, where, from Stanford himself, where he goes bananas on the melody of St. Patrick's, St. Patrick is what the melody is called, goes bananas of it towards the end. Jerry's just sent me the final page of that music. So I'm going to play the original in B flat, and then I'm going to play Jerry's version in C. Oh my goodness, this could be interesting. Bear with me. Spontaneous requests are always good, and sight reading is good for my tiny little brain. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, you have to go ha 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 after music like that. You have to laugh like a demented pirate at music like that. Isn't that over-the-top magnificence? Now, Stanford wrote the melody that I just played from the hymn book, and then Stanford took that melody and went, nah, that's not good enough, and then did that to it as I finished off there. Things to remember about Charles Villiers Stanford. Charles Villiers Stanford was a young Irish chap who studied with he came from a rather wealthy family, I think, because he studied with some of the most amazing people. He was friends with Mendelssohn and Brahms and things like that. He knew all of these people. Studied with them, learnt from them, distilled their styles and took everything back. He was also, and I have to say this because it's one of the most important things that everybody forgets when they talk about these composers from these days. Charles Villiers Stanford was a proper Irish drinker. And Stanford was regularly merry with the good stuff while he was playing and improvising. He was an amazing improviser, especially on the organ. Sir Charles Villiers Stanford was, of course, knighted for his services to music. That doesn't happen anymore, which is a terrible shame. It really should. But then again, who would unite these days? Anyway, I digress. No, Stanford was a wonderful chap. And if you sort of remember those things when you're playing that kind of music, I don't know if any of you, if you're into that kind of music, sort of Stanford in, what was it, in B flat, his Magnificat. All that kind of stuff. It was wonderful stuff. Yeah, he was wasted, as David Stevens just said in the chat. He was wasted. Stanford was. I wouldn't call him an alcoholic. That would be wrong. I don't think there's such a thing as an Irish alcoholic. But he was definitely a professional drinker, and quite proud of it as well. So yes, quite proud of it as well. So we mustn't forget that. And when playing Stanford's music, I think we need a dram or two to get us going. So, thanks, Jerry. Absolutely wonderful. I think I will get round to learning all of the Sonata, I was going to say Eroica, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Celtica at some point in the near future. I now have the last page. I need only I need only 31 others. Oh, the management's getting bitchy in the background now. The management's saying she can take another job if necessary. No. We love you and thank you for taking Jerry's mail literally. You did not get it wrong. It was absolutely right. Yes, let's blame Jerry for that one. We'll blame Jerry. That's a good idea. We'll definitely blame Jerry. Okay, what's next on the list, Mrs. Gartshore? I better be nice now. Oh, the Brown Book of Magic. Yes, okay. Dig around in the Brown Book of Goodness. And while you're digging in the Brown Book, I can do this actually. I've got some requests here. Yeah, let's do this here. Okay, you dig around in there. Make sure you find the right page. Oh, so.
Das Management geht runter.
I'm so evil. Okay, sorry about that. Right, John requested this, a wonderful piece of music. Normally I'd be playing this on a piano or even a theatre organ, but I think tonight we'll play it here like this. Oscar Peterson, wonderful chap. I never got to meet Oscar Peterson. I would have loved to have met Oscar Peterson. Over the years I got to meet all sorts of, I even got to play, oops, sorry, I just touched something. Oops. I got to, was that me or was that you? It was me. It was me. Sorry, I'm playing with things that I shouldn't be playing with. Over the years, I got to meet all sorts of crazy people. I got to play music with all sorts of crazy people. But one of the people I really would have loved to have met and played music with would, of course, have been Oscar Peterson. However, a lot of people I know who did meet and play with Oscar Peterson said, no, you would not have wanted to do that. He was not a nice person to work with. A fantastic piano player, amazing improviser, phenomenal technique, huge hands. He could stretch a 13th in each hand. What's a 13th? I hear you cry. Well, this is an octave. That's 8. This is 9. This is 10. That's my limit. Oscar Peterson, 11, 12, 13. In one hand. Crazy. Huge hands, and he loved showing off with his enormous technique. And yeah, anyway, he's famous for all sorts of things, but he did a spot of composing himself, and this is his Hymn to Freedom by Oscar Peterson. And this is actually something I was learning, or I'm learning, with one of my choirs at the moment, a choir version of the Hymn to Freedom. The Hymn to Freedom, by the way, is based on another piece of music by another jazz pianist. Can you tell me, quiz time, ladies and gentlemen, Vanessa, quiz time. Can you tell me what piece of music, what piece of jazz piano music the Hymn to Freedom is based on, and who is it by? Ooh. Oscar Peterson's Hymn to Freedom, a request from our good friend John. Thank you, John. Wonderful request. Did anyone get what it was based on? Hast du gelesen? Hat jemand das herausgefunden?
Was war es denn? Ich habe dir gar nicht zugehört.
Hast du gar... Oh, als Strafe hat Vanessa gar nicht zugehört, was ich gefragt habe. Ich habe gefragt, ob die Leute wissen,
Da musst du mal
welches Stück ein Vorbild für Hymn to Freedom war.
Da musst du mal den Chat lesen, dann weißt du es vielleicht.
I couldn't read the chat because music was in front of it. So, did anyone get it? Let's have a look. I was proudly prompted to be able to answer, I don't know. Well, there you are. Norman Granz, Joe, was a jazz fixer. Abide with me is the wrong answer, David Stevens. Scott Joplin, nope. Joplin, nope. Ellington, nope. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Nope, 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 nope. Nobody else, nobody else, nobody else, nobody else, nobody else, nobody else, nobody else. Peterson's Ode to the Civil Rights Movement. Nope. we got Rock of Ages, definitely not. No, it was a jazz piece of music by a guy called Billy Taylor. And anyone here from the United Kingdom will recognize this as the theme tune to Barry Norman's film night, so film 79, film 84, film 90, whatever, yeah? Oscar Peterson was absolutely thrilled by this piece of music, wonderful piece of music. It goes like this. And so on and so on and so on and so on. An absolutely wonderful piece of music. Absolutely great. And the story behind Hymn to Freedom was Oscar Peterson was in the studio recording stuff. And the sound engineers had been messing around with microphones and cables and I don't know, getting things wrong. And they interrupted Oscar, which is not the sort of thing you wanted to do. And said to him, can you, we've messed something up, can you start again or play something else? And and then he started improvising that Hymn to Freedom thing. And it became a hit. They recorded it, thankfully, and it became a hit for him. So there you are. There you are. Right, Mrs. G, what's coming from the Brown Book of Goodness this evening?
183. Das ist so ein...
Mhm.
Kannst du dir mal angucken, ob du das mal...
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, is this the one that had to be a march?
Ja.
Haha, right.
Ich habe jetzt einfach mal für dich gewählt.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to be nice to the management now. The Brown Book of Goodness. Now, for those of you who don't know, this book was given to me by our friend Gleis Wanderer. You will see him in the chat. And Gleis Wanderer is a connoisseur of magnificent music, particularly magnificent music belonging to the Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, whatever you will say about the Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't care. You cannot fault them for their music. This is the most amazing church music I've ever come across in my life. I knew nothing about it until Gleis Wanderer sent me these books and told me about it. Oh my goodness me. Sorry, Martin Taylor. No, Martin Taylor is someone different. Martin Taylor is a guitarist who lives in the southwest of Scotland, who plays in the Django Reinhardt style. But Billy Taylor was Dr. and Professor Billy Taylor, a wonderful jazz academic. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, just got to be pedantic and correct my folks here. Sorry. So yeah, and this is becoming a regular part of our live stream concerts because the music is just so good. And I actually see from time to time in the chat, that people are actually also requesting the JW music here, which is quite amazing. And every week I get an email from Gleiswanderer who says, try this one, try this one, try this one. And then he sent me this book, which is a more modern book. Tiny little book, but it's definitely for people who've got very good eyesight, not for me. And then I have another book, a grey book, which has got even more modern stuff in it. I haven't looked at the grey book very much yet. Anyway, this one here, what's wrong with my voice? This one here, number 183, Der Platz der Jugend in Gottes Einrichtung. Okay, youth in God's, well, let's call it in God's establishment. How about that? Let's call it that. The place of youth within God's establishment. There you are. There's a good translation for that. And this should be played as a march, apparently. So that is right up my street. I'm going to leave this registration as it is there. Get rid of that stupid Celeste and try this. This is a march. It's even in 2/4 time. Now, get ready for the harmonies. These are the harmonies in the actual music. These are not my harmonies that I'm adding. This is why I love this kind of music so much. Get ready for this. I haven't played this before. Vanessa just showed it to me 2 seconds ago. they get better and better, don't they? They really do. That's unbelievable. Wonderful stuff. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Magnificence. What is next, my darling producer wife? What's next, my darling producer wife? Oh, I know this. We do this with one of my choirs. This is for Soneya. Soneya is over in Berlin, isn't she? That's Soneya is in Berlin, correct? You're off towards Berlin. Oh, that's good. All right. I knew there was a Berlin connection there somewhere. All right. This is a nice one. Yes, I do this with one of my choirs as well. This is a great piece of music. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing tonight? There are 156 people currently in the live chat. How many clicks do we have this evening so far, Vanessa? 713 people have clicked this video so far this evening. That is magnificent. If every one of those 713 people bought a virtual concert ticket, Vanessa and I would be very happy people indeed. Vanessa would be even happier. If all 155 people currently in the live chat would also consider purchasing a virtual concert ticket, we would be incredibly happy. We would be most happy. We would be delightfully happy. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, if you went out to the cinema this evening instead of coming to this concert, you would have had to buy a ticket, you would have had to pay for popcorn or nachos and something to drink and whatever else. And you would have sat with millions of other people in a steaming hot room, probably catching corona, and not had the perfectly happy time that you would have had here with the Gartshore Gang and Vanessa and myself. So don't forget that. Virtual tickets help you, help us. Thank you very much. Right, for Soneya, a wonderful piece of music indeed. And this is actually, I'm not going to say it, but it's only half of the piece, but I know it, so I'll make up the other half myself. Psst, don't say anything. Don't say anything. It's called Lobe den Herrn meine Seele und seinen heiligen Namen. Praise the Lord, my soul, and his holy name. I think we recognize that text internationally, and it's a wonderful, wonderful, again, a sort of a singy-songy, jaunty, marchy thing. So perfect after number 100 and whatever that was in the little brown book. This is wonderful stuff. Listen to this. Ha, wonderful. I love it. I love it. I remembered in the middle when I was playing it, there's a verse. That's it. And then, how does it go then? Then it goes off to all sorts of things. Something like that. Takes us back, modulates around. So thank you, Sonia. Wonderful suggestion. Thank you very much indeed. I like it, and I kind of know it already. What's next on the list of goodies, Mrs. G? Otherwise?
Nee, das momentan nicht. Das sind einfach nur so Sachen, die sie sich so gewünscht hat generell.
Ah, those are general wishes. All right, we had an actual piece of organ music. This, and I don't know what this is at all. This is sight reading time.
Warte mal, ich hab noch eins ausgedruckt.
Hold on, we have a printout of something. Who knows what this music is? What is it? Who got it right? Lots of people got it right. John Castle got it right. Paul Collins got it right. Jez got it right. Of course, Jez got it right. Adrian got it right. I would have expected that. David Miller got it right. A number of people get it right. The Steptoe and Son theme, there's Jez again. And my mum got it right too. Well, I would have hoped so too. Steptoe and Son. Wonderful, good fun. All right, can I have, what's next, Mrs. G? You dirty old man. Music box. What on earth is this? Bright and lively. Oh, I don't know what this is. It sounds like some sort of sporting theme thing that I remember from my youth. I don't know. Right, we shall find out. We shall find out. Our request for something exciting. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Good heavens, that's going back a bit. That's going back a bit. What music were they famous for, Peter Quentel? Can I have another refreshing, tasty beverage, please, Mrs. Gartshore? Got to be nice to the management now.
Wieso, was warst du denn nice zu mir?
No, I have to be nice to you now, is what I'm saying.
So, das muss man eigentlich immer. Nicht nur jetzt. Was denn?
Evidently, the tide is out at the moment, so cheers. I should have been more specific and said, could I have a full glass of water, please? Anyway, I better behave myself now, otherwise I'm in serious trouble later. Right, let's have some different, let's have this. I have no idea what these are, but this looks like a sort of, oh, that's good. Yeah, that'll do. Right, who's this for? Music box dancer, who's this for?
Hannes Hobby.
Oh, yeah, music box dancer for Hannah's hobby. You sure? That's not the kind of thing that Hannah's hobby would usually suggest. That's wonderful, though, if it is. Nice one. I'm scared to say things now. I'm scared to say things.
Das ist sein Wunsch.
That's from Hannah's hobby?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm scared to say anything. I'm scared to say anything.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Perfect.
Frank, my music box dancer.
I like it. All right, Frank Mills, let's go. I don't know what this is, but we shall find out. I've no idea. Do you know what it is?
Was ist?
Kennst du das?
Wo soll ich das denn kennen?
Woher soll ich das kennen? Okay, anyway, here we go. Music box dancer for Frank Mills for our friend Hannah's hobby. Nice one. We haven't heard from you lately, Hannah's hobby, so I hope you're all right. Okay, here we go. I have no idea what this is. We shall find out. Oh, it's cute. So it's a nice little thing. Manuals only. Should I play it manual? No, I'm going to add pedals to it. There's pedals coming in at some point as well. Here we go. Have fun. That was the theme. Yeah, there you are, Adrian Morris. That was the theme to something on the BBC when I was young. What was that? Mater, what was that? What was that? What was that? Was it not some kind of sporty thing on BBC Two? What was that? Or was it some kind of... What was it? What was it? Come on, folks. Who remembers what that was? It was played mostly on piano as an imitation of a music box. Yeah, we got that. That's the idea. I wonder who it's by. I wonder what it... Well, it's by Frank Mills. But what was it for? What was it for? Ah, are people buying tickets, Mrs. Gartshore? No, she says. How many people bought tickets since we last said it? Not many. How many? 2? Ladies and gentlemen, how many tickets have we sold this evening? Actually, let's count. Have a look. How many tickets? You have to ignore the very bottom one. That was from this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, of the 160 people currently in the live chat, and wie viele clicks? How many clicks? 820 clicks this video has had so far. Question of sport. Is that Derek Field? Question of sport. That could be right. That could be right. Yeah, that could be right. Of the 160 people in the live chat at the moment and the 820 clicks the video has had so far, are you ready? How many people do you think have bought tickets so far? The correct answer is match of the day or question of sport. I wonder which one it was. One of those. 12 people have apparently bought a ticket so far this evening. That, ladies and gentlemen, that, ladies and gentlemen, needs to be addressed. 12? 12? 12. Oh boy, oh boy. People keep asking, why do we buy tickets? Well, neither Vanessa nor I have full-time jobs. Vanessa's a student and I am this. I'm a musician. I used to play concerts and I conduct a couple of choirs, church choirs, and have a church organist job. And as you can imagine, not many people have, or not many people get paid very much to do that. And I used to play concerts. And since Corona came along, that all stopped basically. And the concert season is, I think until the end of this year, I've got 2 concerts. No, that's for the whole year. How many concerts did I have this year? 1 or 2?
Was denn?
Concerts. Wie viele Konzerte habe ich gespielt dieses Jahr? Also richtig Konzerte. I think 1 I've played so far this year, and there's 1 coming up at the end of the day. At the end of the year, sorry, the end of the year. And that's it. And you know, that used to kind of be the money to live from, and that's not happening anymore. So this is why we do these live concerts now, in the hope that people will buy. There you are, Richard S is doing it. Thank you, Richard S. Thank you, Richard S. That's what we want. You can buy tickets here on YouTube. You can buy them via PayPal and whatever. There are various options there, so thank you. Support your professional musicians, ladies and gentlemen. Support your musicians. This is why we started up the live stream concerts here, so that to boost ideas, and it keeps us going, and it keeps us sane basically, and it makes sure that we can provide future content forevermore. That's why we want to do it. And it's a nice little thank you for you guys to us as well. So thank you very much indeed. Right. Dominic Eckard, our friend Dominic Eckard. We met Dominic Eckard not that long ago when I played that concert in Wiesbaden. That was Dominic Eckard that came to the concert in Wiesbaden, wasn't it? Yes, it was Dominic. And yeah, this is a request from a thing called Hymn Celeste by C.J. Gray. I don't know C.J. Gray, so I can't tell you who that is, nor what kind of music this is going to be, but it's something that I should be able to sight read, apparently. Let's find out. Hymn Celeste from C.J. Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hymne Celeste by C.J. Gray. A strange but cute piece of music. I quite like that. I might keep that for church use. That's sort of harmless music that's good fun. Good fun to play, certainly. It does different things. A nice sort of variation on a simple theme. Funnily enough, almost the same melody as Hymn to Freedom. Is there a theme this evening, ladies and gentlemen? Pachelbel's Canon, then you need to give me my wedding book, the big golden wedding book, please. People want Pachelbel's Canon. Well, we can do that. Oh, we have to do one of these again. Let me do some more steptoe. Mach mal auf. Mach mal auf, oben. Damit ich sehen kann. Da, orange, ja. Oh, I left the microphone on while I was doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, Vanessa is very picky about being seen in the background, so when she goes to pick out music, she has to hide herself. I don't know. People requesting Canon in D by Johann Pachelbel. Ooh, the vampires don't like that. The door remained open. Pachelbel's Canon. All right, let's play this. I played this at a wedding. Where did I play this? Who did I play this for? I played this at a wedding earlier this year, remember? Für wen habe ich das gespielt? Weißt du das noch? Weißt du auch nicht mehr.
Nicht so lange her.
It's exactly, there was a wedding earlier this year in the church I play at, up the road there, and they requested this, and it's something that you don't often get requested to play. So, there you are. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a decent sound on the organ, and play Pachelbel's Canon for you. Ah, that's more like it. That's Pachelber's Canon, a wonderful, wonderful piece of music that should just be played all the time, really. It's absolutely wonderful. That's in a very old book. I can't remember. I bought this in the music shop. That's what it was called, very aptly named, The Music Shop, in Inverness, at the princely sum of £10.75. Probably sometime in the 80s. Full of music that I probably never played. I played some of it. Oh, look at that! I played that the other night. On Friday night, someone requested this. And it's even in here. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It's in there. That's exciting. I'm going to learn that, by the way, and play it properly. I sight read it the other night and almost gave myself a stroke doing it. It's a great book. Oh God, that's in it as well. Nun danket alle Gott from Karge Illet. Again, a piece of music I've never played. And here it is. It's in a book I've had for longer than Vanessa has lived. Look at this. This is in here as well. A tuba tune. I didn't know that was in there either. Okay, the Wedding March. That's in there. Don't need to play that, do we? All of it's in there, apparently. Gosh, that's exciting. Oh my goodness, this is in here. Haven't played that for hundreds of years. I must practice that again. Vienn's Symphony No. 1 Final. Wonderful piece of music. Ah, I didn't know that was in here. All this music I have, and I didn't know what was in it. And then, of course, it ends with, oh my goodness. Oh, that's also good. This is V-Dot. I think that's from his first symphony, isn't it? And then it finishes, of course, with the toccata in F, which we do as a tango. Or a cha-cha-cha. Yeah. All of these, right, these are all things I can play. Maybe we'll do this during the festival. We'll have the organist's wedding album from beginning to end for the festival. Yeah, how exciting. Good book that, the organist's wedding album from Kramer Music. Go and get it. I see Vanessa's been busy there looking at banners. Look, Vanessa's put a banner up at the bottom of the screen. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting towards the end of this evening. And do we have more requests? Or is it time for... Oh, yes, we do have more requests. In the book A to M, please. A to L. We regularly get requests for jazzy pieces of music. And I'm always there. It is. And I'm always amazed... I've never played this. I think we need the theatre organ for this, though. We definitely need to change the organ. I cannot play this on a church organ. That wouldn't work, okay? We're going to finish off with a couple of pieces on the theatre organ this evening. It's 10 to 12, so that's not bad. A couple of... the speed of light. Look at that. What registration is this? Yeah, that'll do, actually. We need a big band registration for this one. Woohoo! Our friend Joe Humans, Joe and his darling wife Marie. They're absolutely amazing. Joe sends regular emails and regular messages with requests. And Joe always manages to come up with things where I go, oh my God, that would be so wonderful. And this evening, we got a request for an amazing old big band number. I think it's from Artie Shaw, originally, I can't remember. It's it's rather hilariously named the Back Bay Shuffle. And that term has come to mean various other things throughout the years, but it has apparently something to do with San Francisco. Don't ask me, I don't know. And it's an absolutely great fun piece of music, real big band style, so I'm going to bop along in a big band style for Joe and Marie, of course, and this is the Back Bay Shuffle. Yeah. That's more like it, the Back Bay Shuffle. Ah, wonderful stuff. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the evening where we have to say bye-bye, which means I'm going to close with my old signature tune on the theatre organ. I used to play this all the time. I don't even know why I'm looking this up, because of course I know it. Don't need to look that up. Put it away, silly boy. And I started my theatre organ concerts with a Scottish piece of music. What was that? This one, the Blairathal Highlanders, wasn't it? I started my concerts with that. That was my beginning signature tune as the organ rose up from hell, or the orchestra pit. And then when I finished the concert, I played this. And this was, of course, Bye by blues. And we're always sad when it comes to the end of a concert, especially when it comes to the end of a concert weekend. Friday night was organ music night. Saturday night was tuba time. That's our private members concert. For those of you who support us on a regular and generous basis, that's a sort of a little extra to say thank you. And then, of course, tonight was Sunday night is organ music night, where we had a great mixture of things tonight. Thank you for requests, wonderful requests tonight. So keep them coming. The email address is gang@gartshore.de. Mrs. G, pop that up, please. gang@gartshore.de if you have requests for us. Get them in early, because then there's better chance of them becoming part of the program. And we love hearing from you. We get it in there? Yeah. And there it is. And we love to get your requests. We love putting them in, making up programs in advance. However, sometimes we have spontaneous programs, like tonight. That was all spontaneous tonight. None of that was rehearsed tonight. My poor brain. Anyway, thank you very much for taking part. Thank you for being in the audience. Thank you for your tickets. Thank you for your generous donations. I wish you a happy week, and I look forward to seeing you at the very latest on Friday. Bye-bye.